In part two, we are going to continue to model the architectural part of this project. And so picking up from where we are, or where we were, I'm going to go back to the level 1 plan. So just double click on level 1, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can see the entire building. What I'm going to do is put a hallway kind of down the middle of this thing, and doors on either end, and some stairwells, and then a central lobby with an elevator and maybe some restrooms, that kind of thing. And so let's get started with that. So what I'm going to do is just start placing interior walls. So the first thing I'm going to do, I want to just kind of bisect this building, just kind of cut it in half. So I'm going to place a couple of reference planes just so that I know where I am. So first one, reference plane, go ahead and click on that. I'm on the Home tab, so click on reference plane, and I should be able to hover over this wall and get the pink triangle there that you see. It tells me that I'm in the middle of that wall. So I'm just going to put a reference plane across there and click escape a couple of times to get out of that command, and then just drag this out a little bit. And so that's going to mark the middle of the building and the middle of my central hallway that's going to go through there. So I'm going to name that reference plane. So I click on it, and then over in the properties dialog box, click in the name window there, and I'm going to call that East West Center Line. And then as I'm thinking about this thing, I don't need one running north and south because grid line 4 is in the middle. So I really don't, I only need one for right now. So I'm going to make a 6-foot hallway here. I'm going to do that by placing walls. I'm going to use the pick lines command again. So wall, and my interior wall wants to be different. I'm going to use a 4 7/8 metal stud wall. Let me slide down here to interior. There we go. Interior 4 7/8. Use the pick lines tool again to place it, and this time I'm going to have an offset of 3 feet, and I'm going to make that to the finish face. And so I'm going to put one there, put one there. Then I need to do that trim thing again. Uh-oh. That didn't work right. So maybe what I'll do instead is just drag this line in. There's another trim command that I could use for that if I wanted to. It's probably just as fast and simple to do it this way. Slide down to the other end, drag that guy in, and that guy. So now I've got my hallway that runs east and west. Now I'm going to put a central lobby in, and I'm going to end up with a front door right here where grid line number 4 meets the south wall of my building. So I'm going to put my lobby in there. I'm going to use that same wall command, or same wall tool. This time I'm going to use my pick lines tool again, and this time I want a 20-foot lobby. So I'm going to make it 10 on each side of line 4. So there's 10, there's 10, and shorten, uh-oh, wrong command. Shorten these guys up. Now I could have, instead of dragging those walls, I could have done a trim to this interior wall, but then I'd have to replace it or split it. So it's probably just as easy to split it now. So I'm going to click on the wall to select it, click the split element tool from my modify pane, and then click on this corner, click on this corner, click escape a couple of times to get out of the split command, select that chunk of wall that's in the middle there in my lobby, hit the delete button, and there you go. So now I've got that going on. So there's my lobby area and my east-west hallway. So life is pretty good so far. Let's be environmentally or energy conscious here. Let's build a little vestibule for this front entry door. So Home tab, wall, and this time I'm just going to place it kind of at random and then use the dimensioning tool to try to make it what I want it to be. So I am off center. And so what I'm going to do is put in annotate aligned dimension. I'm going to go from the center line there to that. And then I'm going to do the EQ button. And so now those have been equalized. Let me change those to be numbers instead. So I click on them to select them, do a right click, and on that flyout menu on my right click, I can change those to numbers by toggling off this EQ display. 5'6" on either side, so I've got, what, 11 feet from center line to center line of those walls. That's fine. But I think my front to back isn't quite what I want it to be. I want at least 7 feet clear on the inside of this thing. So I go back to annotate, aligned dimension, but this time I want to go to the wall face. So wall face, from that wall face to that wall face is 6'9½". That's not good enough. So I want that to be 7 feet right on the dot. I'm going to click on that wall that I want to move, and I click on this dimension that I want to be 7. I click 7 to enter. Boom, there you go. So now I've got a 7-foot deep vestibule space that's evenly spaced there, and it's probably goofy use of space, but that's all right. This is about learning the software, right? So now I've got my east-west hallway, my lobby, my airlock. So let's place a couple of stairs next. I think I want my stairwell to be, let's see, I've got a 12-foot vertical, so I can do that in a single run. So I'm going to just place a single run stair at either end of this hallway. Maybe I do want to switch back. Yeah, let's make it a switchback. So let me go down here into my west end, and I want to put a switchback stair that's going to come right through here. So here's what I want to do. I want to create a stairwell at the end of this hallway, and I think the way that I've decided to do this, I just changed my mind about something here. I'm going to put a wall across here and have that turn and come like this. And I'm going to end up with a stair that's kind of in this enclosure here. So I can grab this and bring this back. This doesn't have to be enclosed. If this is a shaft wall kind of thing, then I'll be all right. So a door will end up swinging out there, and then another one that swings out there, and then my stair is going to be in this area. So let's go ahead and place that stair and see how we're doing on space. So I click on the stairs tool on the home tab and make that so. There we go, we've got it. Looks like I need to drag this guy just a little bit to the north. And actually, I'm going to use my move tool and just move this edge over to there. And that will allow me to tighten this up. I haven't done my math, but it'll allow me to tighten that up and hit the finish button. And so now I could bring this wall to the west some if I wanted to. That would be fine. I probably want to go in and do some math and change the size of those stairs anyway. They're probably too narrow for the size of the upstairs population. But let's say that that is what I want. So actually I'm going to go in, I'm going to align. So modify, align, wall face. So there to there. Okay, so now it's a tight little stairwell. So now what I'm going to do is use my mirror command to put one of these down at the other end of the hallway. So I'm going to zoom out so I can see what happens here. So I've got my project in front of me, so I click the stuff that I want to mirror. So that door, plus that wall, plus that stair, plus that door, plus that wall. I think that's what I need. So I click the mirror command, which is on the modify pane of this ribbon, and I've got two mirrors available. One is about a pick axis and the other is about an axis that you're going to draw. I've already got an axis in the middle, this column line number 4. So I'm going to use the pick axis mirror command and pick on this center line, which is grid line 4. And there it is down at the other end. I've got my stairwell. I just need to go in and get rid of this little chunk of wall just by dragging that guy back. And there you go. So now I've got symmetrical stairwells at either end. So let's take a pause there, let you catch up, and go on to the next one.